guys, it's your girl Brandy, aka Brandy4. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. I do lots of videos on pop culture, on shows that I love to watch. I even do travel vlogs. So if you like any of those things, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content. And please make sure you click that like button and support your girl Brandy4. So let's get into it. Today I wanted to talk about two trending topics pop culture wise that I've kind of been seeing on my feed this week. So it revolves around Victoria Justice and Hailey Bieber. I wanted to talk about Victoria Justice. If y'all don't know, Victoria's was a poppin' show. Back then when I was like, what, 10, 12? I think it came out like 2009. It was like Victoria's, iCarly, I remember Wizards of Waverly Place, Hannah Montana, Sunny with the Chance. Like all those shows were airing at that time. Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, they were just like birthing like superstars at that time. They don't really do it as much anymore. Besides Olivia Rodrigo, I feel like she's the last top-in celebrity that came from like Disney or Nickelodeon. Yeah, I wanted to talk about Victoria Justice because we haven't seen or heard from her since Victorious. Well, for me, I haven't heard about her since Victorious and basically since Ariana Grande rose to stardom. So yeah, I haven't really heard from her. Even though I know that like majority of the cast is working and they're pretty successful. Like I think Andre, I forgot his name. I forgot his real name. What's his real name again? Leon Thomas, I think that's his name. Yeah, he's actually like an extremely successful music producer. Like he's produced some of Ariana Grande songs and wrote songs for her as well. Liz Gillies, I know she's in like one of these like popular Netflix shows. I can't remember. I don't really know what Beck is doing though. I forgot his name. I don't really know what he's doing, but I'm sure he's still acting. And I do see Victoria Justice in some Netflix shows. I know that she's coming out with a Netflix movie or came out with a Netflix movie recently. Like I know she's still working, but it's just funny to me because I know that Nickelodeon, they were really pushing Victoria Justice to become the next Miley Cyrus, to become the next Selena Gomez. Like they were pushing her a lot because like they gave her her own show on Nickelodeon surrounding singing and performing. I think she like went on a couple like Nickelodeon tours as well. They were really pushing her songs and I think they were actually doing relatively well at the time. Like her songs were actually popular from the show. So she was really like on her way to being like the next big star. However, Victoria's had a very talented cast, very talented group of castmates. So it was just inevitable for Victoria Justice to be outshined, especially since Liz and Ariana, they have like a musical theater background. So they're just great at singing. They've just been great at singing. And on top of that, it doesn't help that Tori Vega was just a very cringe, very annoying character, actually the most annoying character on the show. So when you mix like a very talented cast with Victoria Justice's character just being downright irritating, yeah, it's gonna cause problems. And especially since people love to compare women to other women, even though they don't think that talented women could just be in the same space. There has to be only one person to make it for whatever reason. So there were a lot of comparisons between Victoria Justice and of course Ariana Grande, because Ariana Grande, she had decided that she wanted to focus more on her solo career. She grew a pretty large fan base and people were just flocking to Ariana because she just sounds like Mariah Carey, or she sounds just as good as Mariah Carey. So people were like, yeah, Ariana Grande is definitely going to be the next big thing, which is fine and all, but it's just like, it was really sad for Victoria because, you know, that shine was actually meant to go to her. So that's why everyone is kind of like, what happened to her? Also, we cannot forget about the video that went around depicting Victoria Justice as a hater towards Ariana Grande specifically. We all know the video. I think we all know the video.
It's probably Ariana. Me. I would say that's an even tie between all of us. I think we're all like really musical and we're always like singing and like making up weird little songs.
One thing you don't know about Ariana Grande is that she literally sings everything. Like she's starting to get at talking her own voice because she sings everything, and it's a good thing. She has a beautiful voice, but it's awesome. She sings absolutely everything. She never stops.
That's not true, Liz. You sing a lot too. Like especially during the all sing.
Yeah, when that video had like resurfaced or just went around the internet once again, everyone decided that Victoria Justice was a hater. Everyone just instantly called her a hater. And then on top of that, I believe Ariana Grande had done an interview with like one of these magazines saying that she was bullied on set by someone from the Victoria's cast. And we actually don't even know who she's referring to. For all we know, she could have been referring to Dan Schneider, but you know, everybody likes to jump to conclusions and decided that Victoria Justice was the one who's hating solely on the fact that Victoria Justice was like, she did appear very jealous of Ariana Grande in that video. Like, but we are forgetting that she was a child. Like, Victoria Justice was what, like 17 in that video? Of course she was probably like, okay guys, like I'm supposed to be the one that has the most shine. Especially since everyone is telling her that she's the star of the show and she's supposed to be the most successful. But then she's seeing like everybody like flock towards Ariana Grande instead. So of course it's going to hurt Victoria Justice's self-esteem overall. But we're not thinking about that. Instead, we're just like, hater, you're not as talented as Ariana Grande. You're gonna flop, blah, blah, blah. So I swear after that video went viral, everyone just assumed Victoria Justice was a hater. Therefore, she just basically got blacklisted from everywhere. We just never really heard from her. Like, I think she released her own music. It flopped. And then, yeah, everybody just decided that they did not care about her and just blackballed her entirely from Hollywood. That I do not understand, because it's not like the girl isn't talented. I hate when people say like, oh, Victoria Justice, she just can't sing compared to Ariana. Okay, yeah, we get it. Ariana Grande has a strong voice. That does not mean Victoria Justice can't sing. That does not mean she can't act. I thought she was a good singer. I thought she was a good actress. Like, nobody talks about, I'm sorry, but nobody talks about Selena Gomez and her singing. And sis is, look how big she is right now. But everybody wants to point fingers at Victoria Justice because she's not as strong of a singer as Ariana. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. However, I am a little annoyed with Ariana Grande because although she did deny later on that Victoria Justice isn't the one that bullied her or wasn't mean to her, or basically saying that she didn't have a problem with Victoria, I feel like she kind of let the rumors run on a little too long, to the point where people just ran with that narrative, stuck with that narrative, and then it ultimately hurt Victoria Justice's career in the long run, because we don't really hear from her. She could have been huge. She honestly should have been just as big as Ariana, if we're being honest. Like, yes, she's not as talented singing wise, but she's still pretty talented. You cannot deny that. But yeah, it is pretty sad that this stupid rumor or just the comparison between her and Ariana caused her downfall in her career. However, I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter finally realize that the hate was for absolutely no reason. And I find that really funny. Twitter just decides like when they want to like people and when they want to stop liking people. So yeah, we just all basically need to just stop comparing child stars with each other, especially women, okay? Or girls, whatever. Like, let's just stop comparing. It's very annoying. Next, I wanted to talk about Hailey Bieber. She actually posted a video on her TikTok saying everybody needs to just back off, leave her alone, get out her comments.
Leave me alone at this point. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone. I beg of you, truly. That's my only request. Be miserable somewhere else, please.
Because basically we're seeing a lot of angry comments from basically Selena stans, Selenators. And it's funny because Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, they broke up in what, like 2012? Well, they first broke up in 2012 and they got back together the next year, and then they broke up again and then they got back together next year. And then Justin Bieber got married to Hailey Bieber like a few months after he broke up with Selena Gomez. And then I remember like back in 2015, 2016, Justin and Selena were just throwing mad shade towards each other. Blah, blah, blah. So yes, and then after Selena Gomez released her song, Needed to Lose You to Love Me, after that, it was like, okay, let's move on from Jelena. But there are some Selena stans who just don't want to let it go, despite the fact that Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber are now happily married. There are actually a lot of rumors saying that Hailey Bieber was like obsessed with Justin Bieber. She used to basically like follow everything that Jelena would do, and I don't know. They were just saying a lot of nonsense. Once again, no proof of this. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like the biggest fan of Hailey. I'm not a fan of her at all, actually. I actually have no idea. I don't really know what else she does besides be Justin Bieber's wife and Kylie Jenner's friend. Like, I actually don't know what else she does. Ultimately, I kind of wanted to talk about this because it's just really funny how Selena stans are still kind of, or just Jelena stans. First of all, it's just funny how Jelena stans still exist. But also it's funny that Selena stans are still like sending her hate in her comments on TikTok over a relationship that ultimately wasn't good for either Selena or Justin. So wouldn't you want better for both of them? Like, why throw shade towards Hailey Bieber constantly over something that been happened? Like, Hailey and Justin are married now. What is the point of y'all constantly bringing up the fact that Hailey doesn't deserve Justin? Oh, they look like a bad couple. What makes them look like a bad couple? Like, I don't really understand. Like, please correct me if I'm wrong. Like, please give me examples in the comments below. But otherwise, I really just don't understand why we're still talking about this after 10 years. It really has been 10 years since they broke up for the first time, actually, since Justin and Selena broke up. So I'm kind of confused as to why this is still a topic when I promise you Selena has moved on. She ain't even on social media to be entertaining this mess, which is probably why she's not on social media, because she sees how her fans can get. She doesn't even want to say anything to her fans. She's just like, I'm gonna let y'all rock, but I'm gonna stay off social media because I don't want to get involved. And I respect it. Now Hailey Bieber, she's dealing with all this. She can easily just ignore the comments, what celebrities usually do. But like, if she's seeing the same thing over and over, especially something that like has happened a long time ago, she's like gonna get annoyed. And it makes sense that she's going to get annoyed and have something to say about it. Once again, not my favorite person. I actually don't really know much about her. However, it's like, from what I'm seeing, it seems like Jelena fans are still here for whatever reason, and Selena stans are still kind of upset with Hailey. I just don't understand it, honestly, and it needs to stop. And Jelena stans need to dispatch immediately, because why are you still standing Jelena? They were children, mind you. They were kids. This was 10 years ago. Like, at this point, y'all need to move on. Selena is turning, what, 30 this year? Y'all need to move on. Like, it's getting real sad. It's getting real sad. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Victoria Justice deserved to be blackballed? Do you think that the hate went too far? Do you also think like Hailey Bieber is a bad person and that Selena fans deserve to be treating her like this? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please like my video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content.